Hi everyone, I'm Miss Mary Beth. I'm the Youth Services Librarian at Ingalls Memorial Library here in Ringe. And I'm here today for Fun Friday. And that's our program where every Friday we have a how-to video, or I should show you how to bake something delicious. And I'm pretty excited because today's Fun Friday, today's Fun Friday, the theme is dragons. Do you like dragons? I really like dragons. I think they're so cool. And so I'm making a bunch of crafts today all about dragons. And I picked dragons because this Fun Friday is part of our summer reading program. And the theme this year is Imagine Your Story. And it's a really fun theme because it's all about fairy tales and folk tales and fantasy stories and castles and dragons and princesses. So I thought we would do some dragons today. And have you signed up for a summer reading program yet? Have you made your own READSquared account online? You can go to ingleslibrary.com to the Children and Teens page and find all the information about READSquared. And you can make your own account. And if you watch this and you listen for the code word that I'll say later, and you type in your code word, then you'll get a raffle ticket because you participate in our program. You can also get a raffle ticket if you make a dragon and show us how you did it. Show us a picture. We would love that. So send in any pictures of any crafts you make, and you can earn a raffle ticket for that too. And you may notice this guy. This is my friend Pete. He's a dragon. So he's here today to watch us make some dragon crafts. Okay. So we'll make 2 different dragon crafts, and they really don't require very many supplies. Each one requires a toilet paper tube, which we probably all have at home, and construction paper, and some orange, red, and yellow streamers, and some scissors and glue and tape. That's it. Googly eyes too if you want. And pom-poms. So for our first one, we're going to make this dragon, and he's going to fly. I'll show you how that works. And then our second dragon is a fire-breathing dragon. So we'll make both of them. They're both super easy. So what I'm going to do to make our flying dragon is I'm going to make a yellow dragon this time. I'm going to take a toilet paper roll. I'm just going to kind of eyeball how I'm just going to have to wrap my toilet paper roll in paper. So I'll just kind of eyeball where to cut. If it comes out too big, that's okay. You can always trim a little bit off the ends. So now I'm going to use tape. You can use glue if you want, but I like to use tape when I'm making these videos because it's a little faster so I don't have to wait for the glue to dry. So all I did so far was I taped one side. I'm just going to wrap it around, and then I'll just take the other side. There we go. That's our dragon body. And then we're going to make some wings. So you can kind of make any shape wings that you want. Do mine look like dragon wings? What I did to make them was I took my paper and I folded it, because then the wings will be even on both sides. And they don't have to be very long wings. They can just be like the width of the paper. So I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to sketch out a wing, but however you want to make your wing is very okay. I'm sure that there are no bad wings out there. Okay. This one kind of came out more like a bird wing, so we'll see how that looks. It's a little more feathery on the ends. But that's okay. Be as creative as you want with these. Does that look like dragon wings? I think I like these better, but I'm experimenting. That is okay. So then I'm just going to take it. I'm going to tape it right over the seam where I already taped. I'll just put a big old piece of tape on the back. You can glue them too, like I said, but the tape works just as well. They could be a little bigger, but that's okay. And then I'm going to make a head. So for the head for this one, again, I did the same thing. I took the paper and I folded it in half, and then on the crease, I kind of drew what I thought a dragon's head would look like. You could add like little horns if you wanted. I kind of made it look like a little bit of an acorn. I don't know why. That was like a dragon head in my head. That was kind of what I envisioned. so that it just kind of points down a little bit. But if you make it and you don't like it, you could always just make another one. And that's okay too. So then when I open it, how does that look? Little horns, sticks out on the sides. It's a little bit wide, so I'm just going to trim a little. It's like when you make a paper heart and it doesn't come out exactly the way that you wanted. Okay, I think that looks a little better. So then I'm going to glue on some googly eyes. I have my little bowl of googly eyes. Just put a dot of glue on the back. Glue. What does a dragon's mouth look like? It would be easier to draw it opening, but I'll just draw 2 little nostrils on him. Here's his face with those very silly nostrils. And then I'm just going to tape, just use tape again. And I'm just going to tape his head on. Make sure that your googly eyes are sticking on. And I'll just tape. Press, press, press. How does he look? A little silly, but I think he's almost ready. Is there another part of a dragon that we should definitely have? Can you think of anything? Legs and arms are good, but I think we need a tail. So for the tail, I'm just gonna take my yellow paper and just kind of cut a little bit of a curved tail. And again, I'll just tape it to the back of my dragon. There we go. How's he looking? Pretty good. So I'm going to make him fly. And the way I'm going to make him fly is I'm going to use some yarn. And this is kind of a STEAM project. Science, technology, engineering, and math. We can explore basic concepts because we're going to put... So what I did was I took yarn and I just tied it to the top of my board. So I have 2 strings here. And I'm going to thread them through my dragon. And then friction is going to pull him up and make him fly. So here he is with string through him. I'm going to take one on each hand and I'm just going to... There he goes. He's flying and then he's falling down. Gravity's pulling him down. Friction is this yarn rubbing on the side of the toilet paper tube, bringing him up. And it's fun because you can change the angle and play around a little bit and see how changing the angle or the speed will make him fly faster or farther. There we go. There's our little flying dragon. Now I have 2 silly little flying dragons. So for this next one, we're going to make a fire-breathing dragon. So that is very similar. We're going to take our toilet paper tube. This time I'm going to make an orange dragon. So my toilet paper tube is a little too small, a little shorter than the paper, so I'm just going to cut. Again, I'm going to tape one end just so that it doesn't move. I taped it and I'm going to roll it. And then I'll trim it off just to save the paper. And this project, you can try using regular glue to glue in the fire when we make it, but I'm going to use a hot glue gun. So if you use a hot glue gun, just be super careful. I just thought that it would keep the the streamers more secure when we use those. So this is our dragon, his head so far. I'm also going to, if you'll notice, I did pom-poms for his little eyes and his little snout. So I have my orange pom-poms ready to go. So on each orange pom-pom, I'm going to glue a googly eye. Googly eyes. They make things more fun, don't they? So I'm going to take another googly eye and attach it to another pom-pom. Perfect. And then while those, I'll sit those down for a second. And then I have these 2 tiny little pom-poms. that I'll glue to the end of his nose for his little snout. So I'm just going to put 2 dots of glue on the end of my nose. Not my nose, my dragon's nose. Okay, there's a snout. And then I'll just put 2 dots on the bottom of my googly eye. Pom-pom. Squish. Press that down. And I'll do it on the other one. Just be super careful when you're using hot glue. But look! There we go! He looks so silly, doesn't he? I really like his big eyes. Okay, so then to make the streamers, the fire, I'm going to take 3, I'm going to take yellow streamers, orange streamers, and red. But if you only have one of them, or if you have other colors, that's okay. I'm going to trim them a little bit, but you can make them as long or as short as you want. So I'm going to cut them so they're all pretty much the same length. And then I'm just going to fold it in half so that I get more. So now I have 2 of each color. And then I'm just going to cut them down the middle. If you want, you can cut them even thinner than that, like more narrow, or you can angle the bottom. It's very much up to you. You can be as creative as you want. But now I have even more fire. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be super careful. You want to be really gentle with this part because the streamers are thin and you don't want to hurt yourself. So definitely do this with a parent. But I'm just going to put a little bit of at a time. I'm just going to glue a little, put some streamers, glue a little, put some streamers. And I'm going to work my way all around the inside of his snout. So I'll put a drop of glue and I'll just squish on some orange and yellow. And they don't have to be stuck on super, like with a lot of glue. You just want to make sure at least a little bit of the streamer is touching the toilet paper roll. So far I have that. How's that looking? Now I'll add a little red. It's not an exact science, and they should definitely, I'm layering mine just a little bit, so that way they overlap. Now I'll put in some orange and yellow. Look at that! And I'll turn. I'll add more glue. I'll add another red piece. A little bit more glue. And then I'll add a yellow. And an orange. What do you think? We're almost done. Really doesn't take very long at all, does it? Let's put in some red. And I think that was a very good amount because I only have 3 pieces left and just a little bit of room. I'll put in some yellow and some orange. 1 more glue gun squirt. And then I'll put in my last piece of red. Press them down, but be careful because they're thin. And there we go. He has fire all around his mouth. Ready? All done. We just made 2 very different dragons very quickly. You can make one at home that flies. Or you can make one that breathes fire. If you make either one, send us a picture. And we'll give you an extra raffle ticket. Because I'm super excited when people make our crafts. Speaking of, if you want a raffle ticket, today's code word is flying. Okay. Do you have it? Did you remember? Flying. Okay. Thanks for watching our Fun Fridays. Get an extra raffle ticket if you make one. Thanks for watching. Have a fun weekend.